What's up, guys?
It's Monday, Miracle Monday.
Yay. Today, we're going to be testing how homeschooled we are. So, we're going to do a little quiz and just see what happens.
Do you think I'm going to be more homeschooled than you? Because
Yes.
Wow, you didn't even hear my reasoning. Because I was homeschooled for all 12 years, and you were homeschooled. You went to public school until what, 3rd grade?
Yeah.
And not only was I homeschooled for the 12 years of school, but also I have done online college, which is kind of like homeschool.
Yeah. I think you'll be more homeschooled than me. We'll see what happens, though. You
Let's
never
find
know.
out. Yeah, you never know.
Okay. So, the first question. Do you ever feel like you're the odd one out in a group of people?
All the time.
Sometimes.
That is also that's an autistic trait too. So interesting. It'll be interesting to see the parallels here.
Yeah, for real. Are you socially awkward?
Yes.
I don't know. I think a little, but it's not really it's I don't know how to explain it.
I like that this option says a little, but I can mask it pretty well.
Yeah.
That's because I'm feeling so awkward on the inside, but I know that
No one ever thinks that about you.
well, maybe not never, but most of the time, if it's with people that I don't know, I'm pretty surface level, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
But with my friends, I can get awkward.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a little for me, but it just really depends. So yeah, it's just an in between.
Yeah.
Do you feel the need to impress others in public? Yes.
Oh my gosh, one of the options says only if they're my age or highly attractive. Oh my.
What's your answer?
Oh, mine is yes. I always feel like people are evaluating me.
Okay. Next question. What's your style? Dumpy, like sloppy clothes, messy hair. Simple, t-shirt and jeans, neat hair. Decked out, dressed up, super swanky looking.
If you choose the answer that has the word swanky,
Yeah.
I feel like you were extra homeschooled. I think right now in this moment, I am between dumpy and simple.
I'm always between dumpy and simple. I'm never decked out.
I can be sometimes if I really am feeling it.
Yeah, I wear t-shirts and jeans every day of my life, or hoodies and jeans, but my hair's not always neat, but I'll go with simple. I think that's the most accurate one.
Yeah, I think that is for me too. I don't wear jeans every single day. I love my sweatpants.
I'm a jean girl. I wear jeans on road trips.
Oh,
No one understands it, but just works for me. How do you keep yourself occupied riding in the car or on the bus? Do you listen to music, listen to an audiobook, read a book, or work on homework, work on a project, or daydream? I listen to podcasts a lot, so I'll go with audiobooks since that's the one that's
yeah.
the most accurate.
I love an audiobook, especially when I'm driving. Oh my gosh, I love audiobooks so much. I actually just listened to one. Was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. I listened to an entire audiobook while I did my room.
Wow, that's impressive.
It was very fun.
Yeah, I don't listen to audiobooks. I listen to podcasts, but
this is the year of the audiobook for you, remember?
yeah, supposedly. I used to listen to nothing but music on road trips, but
yeah,
I've grown up.
We made some really good road trip playlists.
Yeah, we did.
The first year we went to AudioFeed, we made a playlist, and it was an insane playlist. Everything that you could possibly think of was on there, and it was 7 days long. It was so long.
Yeah, and when I'm with other people, it'll be music.
Yeah,
Because there's just hard to...
it's awkward.
It's just other people are not into the same things, or most, my sisters, they do not want to listen to a podcast.
Yeah, I would listen to a podcast with you.
Yeah, true. We do that sometimes, even on short little drives. Okay, next question. What is the age range of your closest friends? Older, younger, people the same age?
The last one says my closest friends are my siblings, so there's a variety of ages.
Honestly, that's
that's
real.
so true for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'm clicking that one.
I think mine is 5 to 10 years older than me. For
Your
the most
closest
part,
friends?
my closest
Yeah,
friends.
That's true. Who do you act most yourself around? Myself? No one knows the real me. My family, my friends, my online friends.
Oh my gosh, my online friends. That is crazy. And that would have been my answer in high school for 100% sure.
I have to say my family because, again, my sisters, but Mariah is basically that too, so she counts. Because she would be the reason I would say my friends, but she's also my family, so.
Yeah. Well, it's the opposite for me. I want to say my family. Wait. I can't say my family because that's not true.
Yeah.
But like also my friends isn't really true either.
Well, just think of who do you act yourself around the most? Is it a
You.
family? Okay, then friend.
Okay.
What type of music do you enjoy the most? Classical or Christian music? Songs from several decades ago? Songs that either were never popular or stopped being popular several years ago? Whatever's trending at the moment.
A couple days
I
ago,
don't know.
Angelica and I drove downtown Cincinnati and we got some coffee and we drove downtown with the top down and we were blasting old youth group music.
The classics.
Like Family Force 5.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Reliant K and Newsboys.
What was that one that was like,
God of
All I want is-
Wonders. Oh.
to be in the light?
Oh yeah,
All I
that's
want-
Newsboys.
Oh, it is?
That's like OG Newsboys with Peter Furler.
Yeah, that's honestly an amazing song.
It is. Like the verses and everything. Very
Yeah.
unique. Mine is classical or Christian music because I just basically the only thing I will listen to is worship music.
I'll have to do Christian too because I do listen to worship music the most. Have you ever thought that one of your family's inside jokes or traditions was something that everyone knew about? The answer says, hee hee, yup. Maybe once or twice when I was younger. Not really. I'm not sure what you mean.
I feel like I probably have.
Yeah, I definitely have.
It reminds me of a time. I feel like I have a story for every single question. Sorry.
Good.
It reminds me of a time when I found out, like as an adult, I found out that a song that we used to sing all the time in like youth group and Sunday school and stuff that my dad would play on his guitar. It's Joshua 1:9 put to music. And all my life, I thought he wrote it. Like I knew it was Joshua 1:9, but I thought he wrote the melody to it. And it's like fun to do because it's like it gets faster and faster and faster and faster. So it starts out really slow and then you just like speed up so that you can keep saying it over and over. And Joshua 1:9 was like the first verse I ever knew. And then as an adult, they were like, oh, you know that Joshua 1:9 song from GT and the Halo Express? And I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? And they were like, the Joshua 1:9 song. And I said, the song that Dad wrote? And they were like, no, he got it from GT and the Halo Express. And I was like, you mean the song that he wrote? So I felt betrayed and lied to.
Yeah, I would too. Wow. I'm glad that you have stories for them because I can't think of any. Okay, which of these do you consider the most relaxing? Chilling at home, going shopping, spending time with friends, traveling to a beautiful and or remote location? That one is the one for me.
I like chilling at home.
Yeah.
I like traveling, but it's not relaxing.
The most
for me.
relaxing, yeah.
It's very stress inducing.
Oh, I love it. I want to be out in nature right now in some remote island, some beautiful place with a fire.
In a tent.
Mm-hmm. Anything. Do you regularly use any obsolete technology? Not really. I don't have the newest iPhone. I still have a landline and or flip phone. I still have cassette tapes.
I mean, I do have cassette tapes.
Yeah.
But do I use them? No. Do I have a cassette player? No.
Well, I don't have the newest iPhone, so I'll go with that.
I mean, I don't have the newest iPhone either, but like it's not that old.
I know.
I've got 3 lenses.
Mine's a 12 mini, so just from
I think
a few years ago.
I wish I had a flip phone.
So what's your answer?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Can you instantly recognize whether a complete stranger is homeschooled or not? Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yesterday? Yesterday we had to have maintenance come to our apartment. And as soon as I opened the door, I was like, homeschooled. And I texted Jill and I was like, I wish you could see this maintenance person. He was definitely homeschooled.
And then he had to write a paper, like little report thing. And I saw his handwriting and I knew he was homeschooled. And I can say that because I also have terrible handwriting. And it's not just like guy handwriting. There's like homeschool handwriting. Because you just didn't grow up writing like normal people did. Yeah. Like we used computers or just like, we just don't know.
It was just different.
I
personally have great handwriting. Thank you very much.
I wish I did. I hate that I don't. Literally, Gary has better handwriting than me.
Ugh, that's embarrassing.
Right? Are you close with your family? I wish I was, but we don't all live together. Very much so. I love my family more than anything. I'm really a bit irritated with them, actually. No, I basically hate my family. You'd understand if you met them. I'm close with some family members, but others I can't stand. Very much so for me. Tread lightly.
I wish I was, but we don't all live together.
It's fair.
You would think that we lived 7 hours apart.
That's true. What movie rating do you prefer? G or PG? PG or PG-13? PG-13 or R? R or NC-17?
PG or PG-13 all the way, baby.
Same, because some of the like best movies ever are PG-13 because they're from like the early 2000s, and the PG-13 back then was like nothing compared to stuff now.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely not R or anything else.
No, I don't think there are very few R-rated movies that I've seen that I've liked.
The Passion.
I've never seen that.
Oh wait, you haven't. What's your reaction when people come over to your house? Oh hey, there's people here. Oh, okay. There's people here with a happy face, and then there's people here with a like
a surprise
face, and then go hide.
I'm definitely a go hide.
Honestly, we were the go hide type people growing up. So, are you musically gifted?
I have to work at it.
Not to sing.
Yes, I do.
What type of work do you have to do?
I practice in my car.
Everyone practices singing.
Well, yeah. You have to practice to be good at it.
Yeah, but it came naturally to you.
No, it didn't.
You taught yourself to sing?
Yes. When I worked at the Arc and I had that super long commute, I taught myself to sing with Reliant K and 5 Seconds of Summer.
Wow, I never knew this. I technically did teach myself too, so I guess I have to work at it. Wow, that was a revelation. Have you ever mispronounced a word because you've only ever read it before? Yes.
Yes.
I still do. That's one of the answers.
I feel like that's I don't think that's just a homeschool thing. The one that I remember really vividly, it was when I was a teenager, and I said facade instead of facade, and my family roasted me for it.
Yeah. I still do the stuff like that. Like, I don't know why my brain, like, reads things weird in my head.
Yeah.
So when it comes out, I say it, like, wrong.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes I wonder, do I have, like, a speech impediment that I never knew about until recently? But, yeah. How often do you call adults by their last names?
Oh, my gosh. I don't do that anymore.
No.
I did it when I was, like, until I was, like, 9. Yeah. And then I was like, I cannot call you, like, Mrs. Smith.
I can't think of anyone I've done that for. Even when I was a kid, I was very rebellious. So if someone told me to call them like Miss whatever, I would not do it because I didn't like to listen to authority.
There were a couple of moms in our homeschool co-op that were like really like fierce about it.
Yeah.
They're like, call me Mrs. White. And I'm like, okay. Like, Cheryl.
Okay. When someone asks you a question and an older family member is there in the room with you, do you feel awkward answering? No.
No. What's that supposed to mean is what that says. Is what the answer is. That's how I feel. What is that supposed to mean? Am I supposed to feel awkward?
I guess think back of like when you were younger. Like when like if a parent or something.
That sounds like an abuse situation.
I don't know. I kind of get it. Like when you're just kind of like hide stuff, or like you're just like don't talk to your family about certain stuff and people ask you a question. Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I kind of get it, but no, not me now.
I just didn't ever hide things, you know? I just wasn't. I was just telling you today.
An open book.
Yeah, that if I ever did anything wrong, I would immediately rat myself out because I was so nervous and guilty.
The last question.
I'm dead at this.
And finally, what is your opinion on Blimey Cow?
The answers are hilarious.
What's that? He's pretty boring. He's super funny and relatable. He makes some edgy comments and references that make me feel uncomfortable.
Imagine the Taylors making you feel uncomfortable.
Super funny and relatable. Of course.
Obviously.
How would you have any other answer?
Okay,
and
ready?
if you weren't homeschooled, you will probably not know who Blimey Cow is.
Probably not.
But look him up on YouTube. You will probably cringe, but that's okay.
I think I cringe when I watch their older videos too.
Yeah, but oh well, it is what it is. Okay, submit answers. What did you get?
Wow, I got 56%. I possess 56% of the homeschool spirit. It says you're about in the middle of homeschoolicity. You're mostly normal, but you have a few quirks that may have publicly embarrassed you a few times. Pat yourself on the back for blending in with those who stand out.
Wow.
Interesting. What did you get?
How the tables turn.
How the tables turn.
It says you possess 67% of the homeschooler spirit. You're about in the middle of homeschoolicity. You're mostly normal, but you may have a few quirks that have publicly embarrassed you a few times. Pat yourself on the back for blending in with those who stand out.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're not like weirdo homeschoolers.
But how is mine higher than yours?
I don't know. I guess maybe that last question, or not the Blimey Cow question, but because we answered the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Not what we were expecting.
No. I think that has to do with my autism masking.
Everything just leads back to that.
Everything leads back to autism.
Imagine getting 100% though. I
I
wonder what you would have to answer. We should go through this later.
I bet you that the maintenance kid would get 100%.
That's so terrible. I definitely know some people.
I know some people. Or just some people that are like extra homeschooled. They were like homeschooled without youth group.
Yeah, like I was a type of homeschooler that people told me I would have never known you were homeschooled.
Yeah, me too.
So like the other ones that were like, oh yeah, I could tell you were homeschooled.
Like the Duggars.
Yeah.
The Duggars would get 100%.
Yeah.
Do you use obsolete technology? Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was honestly such a fun little quiz.
Yeah. I was talking to my sister the other day about one of her co-op classes, and I was so sure. I was like telling her about this class, and I'm like, the class that you took with David, and it was this teacher, and she was like, nope, I never took I never took a class with that teacher. And I was like, yes, you did. It was this teacher, and it was this teacher, and they were co-teaching. And she was like, mm-mm. And I was like, yeah, remember you'd have to print out current events before we went to co-op in the morning, and da-da-da. I was telling her all of these things, and she was like, I did not take that class. And I was like, what? And so I sent a voice message to David, and I was like, do you remember taking this class with Ariel, da-da-da? It was this teacher and this teacher, and I explained all the things. And he texted me back, and he was like, yeah, it was like world geography. And I showed it to Ariel, and I was like, see? It was world geography. And she was like, I did not take that. And so I texted him back, and I was like, Ariel just doesn't remember taking it at all, da-da-da-da. And he texted me back, and he was like, I don't think she did. I do not know why I have this memory of Ariel taking this co-op class. And I was so positive. It was a teacher that had a very, very great impact on all three of us, I thought. I took a class with her. David took several classes with her. And it really transformed David's life, having her as a teacher. Shout out Mrs. Furness.
I guess you do use.
Yeah, that's the only person. But yeah, I don't know. I guess Ariel never took a class with her, which I think is so crazy and weird.
You were really trying to argue with her.
I really was. I still am gonna ask my mom, because my mom would remember. Well, Mom, actually, she's gonna watch this. Mom, did Ariel take that class with Mrs. Furness and Mrs. White? I swear.
She must know. She thinks she's going insane, and she might be.
I might be. I really Wish I knew the answer. Don't let us down, Christy. Put the answer in the comments.
Yeah, I wish that I was a part of co-op for more of my like older
Yeah.
homeschool days, because it was just when I was like younger, and the only thing I remember from co-op is we went to this like cookie factory, and we got to like make cookies, and it's like a famous cookie place in North Carolina. I don't know what it's called, but they're like these flat cookies that are just like so good. You just like bite into them and they just kind of like melt in. I don't know. And that's what I remember from co-op. And one time me and Erica did like 4-H classes.
Oh my
like
gosh.
the horse stuff.
Yeah.
And that was actually really cool. But yeah, I think like my favorite homeschool memory was probably literally just like not having to really do much of anything. And like obviously we did school, but then like when we were done, we would go in the living room and play GameCube and just wait for our friends to be off school so we could go play. Like we didn't have social media back then.
Yeah.
Like we might have had like some like computer
MySpace
games or like maybe MySpace. It was not the same way that it is now. So yeah, we had this like 4-wheeler game on the GameCube. I remember me and my siblings would always play that. And then Adventures in Odyssey would come on the radio at 3 o'clock. I remember it was always at 3 o'clock it came on the radio. And so we would listen to that while we played the game on the GameCube. And then like once the school buses came and everybody got off school, we would just go play for the rest of the day, go to their houses, like do literally whatever. Like it was just such a free life, like just being a kid in general. So that's what I think of as my favorite memory. So.
I remember that just reminded me that I might have told this story on the podcast before, but maybe not. But my next door neighbors were my best friends, and I played with them all the time. They were like one was a year older than me and one was a year younger than me. And anyway, so one time I asked their mom, I said, "What time does Rachel get off the bus? Like when does her bus come?" And she told me her bus comes every day at 2:45. And I said, "Aye, Captain."
Not aye, Captain.
And
I know you weren't allowed to watch that.
Watch what?
Oh, I guess it's not from SpongeBob, but it reminds me of SpongeBob.
I was like, what am I referencing? But I was like 9 or 10. I had no idea what 1/4 to what meant. No clue. In my mind, I was like 1/4, 25 cents. So that means 25 minutes before 3. 2:45. 25 minutes before 3. And I would wait and wait and wait from like, I like counted backwards. I remember looking at a clock and counting backwards 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And oh no, maybe it was 3:15. It must have been 3:15 because I would go out and wait on the porch. I would sit on the porch and wait for her because in order to get to her house, she would have to pass my house. So I would wait and wait and wait and wait. And I'm like, where's her bus? And then I would just go inside and give up because her bus would come at 3:15 and I would be out there at 3:25.
I didn't know if you were done or not.
Done.
We were just staring at each other.
You were like,
I was waiting for you to finish.
I'm done. I didn't know how to tell time.
I'm so prone to like interrupting people when I have a thought that I am trying so hard not to do that. And then so I was just so focused on like not saying anything that nothing came out.
I remember telling my mom, like, I never see.
See, I knew the story wasn't done.
I can always make it go longer. I remember telling my mom, like, I never see Rachel's bus. And she said, well, what time does it come? And I said 3:25. And she was like, 3:25? How do you know that? And I said, I asked Mrs. Clark. And she was like, what did she say? And I said, she said she comes 3:15. And she was like, oh. And she was like, looks like it's time to tell you how to tell time.
That's so cute, though. Every time you tell stories of you as a kid, like, I just want to squeeze your old self. Just give her a big old hug.
Me too. Because, like, I wasn't going to be like, Mrs. Clark, I don't know what that means. I don't know what a quarter till
But that
means.
also shows
Quarter
so
after.
much of your personality. You're like,
Absolutely.
I do not know what this means, but I'm going to figure it out
Yep.
on my own, and I'm not going to ask.
Yep. And that was before Google. So I couldn't.
Wow, we were alive before Google. Well, not before, but like
Yeah, we were walking the earth before we could just Google things.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't even like just thinking back like
How did we live without
how
it?
did we live without it?
I know, we've become so dependent on it. My mom used to have this set of Encyclopedia Britannicas, and
Whoa. I never heard that word in my life.
it's 2 words.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The second one.
Britannica?
Yeah, is that like a garden?
It's like a type of encyclopedias, I guess.
Mm.
Oh, botanical. That's what you're thinking. But yeah, she used to have this big set of encyclopedias, and it was from like A to Z, and each book was like 3 letters or something, and so you would look things up. It was like big dictionary, but that was old school Google.
Yeah, I actually remember like using a physical dictionary
Yeah.
for stuff.
Me too.
That's crazy to think about.
What's even crazier to think about is the fact that when Laura and Sarah went to college,
Just throw them under the bus, why don't you?
When they went to college, they would have to go to the library and look for books to reference when they were writing a paper.
And now it's just all through.
Now it's just all online.
Yeah.
You just do a little boop, boop, boop search,
That's
keyword
crazy.
search, and then you find like 7 articles that you can use, and it's like, oh, perfect. You don't have to go through, like, I can't imagine having to do that. And like
Go through the library.
going through the library and being like, maybe this book might have something that I am like trying to reference.
And then you have to read it.
Yes.
You can't like look up the word and see if there's like a keyword. Nothing. You have to read the whole thing.
Or like skim it, like scan through it and be like, look at the chapter headings and
Yeah, like
oh my gosh.
YouTube wasn't like it is now either.
Yeah,
so you couldn't just
true.
look up like tutorials or like things like that. Like we had to get like Pool for Dummies.
Right.
Like we'd have to get the books that are like how to put a light bulb in a socket for dummies. Like
yeah.
literally like everything came from books, and now it's literally just like we can watch a little video. Like we would have to freaking sit there and open those big yellow books.
I know.
Wow.
Crazy to think about.
End
We even
of an
have the
era.
Bible on our phones.
Yeah.
Wow, imagine like this is actually kind of a sad thought, but imagine the disciples like popping up and seeing that we all have access to the Bible on our phones and we're not just like reading it all the time.
Wow.
They'd be like, you don't understand.
That was very convicting. Wow, really got me there.
I don't know why I thought of that, but like seriously, they would be like, you guys are so like privileged and you don't even know, like
Yeah.
you just have the words of Jesus with you literally wherever you go.
Yeah. That has actually given me such a revelation, because like that is true. Like in the Bible times, the reason that people were like doing whatever they could to get to Jesus is
Yeah.
because they didn't have the Bible to have that comfort. Like
Yeah.
when we read Bible verses, we get the peace and the comfort and like wisdom and everything. They didn't have a book they could go to
Yeah.
to find that. So when they found out about Jesus, people were literally like at his feet, touching his cloak, because that's the closest thing they could get
Mm-hmm.
to like Jesus and like to the truth and to that comfort and that just all the things that we know that we can go to the Bible and that we have the Holy Spirit as well. Yeah, that's actually a crazy thought.
Yeah. Sorry to the disciples.
Rest in peace. Well, was that
See you
wrong?
soon. It probably is wrong. We should probably cut that out.
I don't care about what they think. I care about the freaking judge. The man upstairs.
I think he's laughing right along with us. I mean, like, that's right. You
Well,
should
we're
feel
like
convicted.
actually Pharisees, modern day Pharisees, heretics.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we should all read our Bibles, guys.
Yeah, for real.
Well, we're about to go make brownies, so let's say our mundane miracles.
Okay.
What was your mundane miracle of the week?
Oh, my mundane miracle of the week was that I went to go get my oil changed. Angelica came with me to get my oil changed at Walmart, and I turned on my Spark app just for funny. Just for
Just for funny.
just for funny. And she was doing Spark, and I was like, let me just see if I get any orders. And oh my gosh, I got an order. I had never done a Spark order before, and I got an order for $50, and I was
It was like 56 or 58.
It was 56. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I showed it to Jill, and I was like, should I do this? And she was looking at it, and she was like, this is only 2 stops. She like couldn't believe her eyes, and she was like, yeah, it was a big order. So I was like, do you want it? And she said, no, I can't do it in my car because her car is too small. So I accepted it because she told me that my car would be done before the order was ready. It was a curbside. And so she was right. Just like right then, I got a text saying my car was done. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. It all lined up so perfectly.
Yeah.
And so then I went and I got gas really quick, and then I went and got the order and I delivered it. And I actually had to wait like a long time for the people to bring it out to the car. And so because I had to wait like 10 minutes extra, they gave me more money.
So it ended up being like 58.
Yes.
Almost basically
Almost
$60
for just a little drop off, and
yeah,
that was
probably
on my way home.
Yeah, and it probably took you less than an hour to like actually between like getting it in your car and delivering it.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It was so fun. And then I just did another order the other day. And so it's just like nice to be able to make that extra, Irma calls it chucho locos, like spare change.
Hey, that was more than spare change.
Yeah.
That
for
was
real.
a
That'll
whole
pay
2.5 hours of
2.5
your
hours.
normal job.
And it'll just pay for us to go to a tent.
True. Mine is that it was like 70 something degrees the other day. So
Sunny with a high of 75.
and that song conveniently came on while we were driving, so crazy. But so we were like, let's take the top down in my car and go for a drive. We got some iced coffee, and we were just enjoying the amazing like warmth riding around downtown and listening to music, like the classic Christian songs we were talking about, and we were listening to the Starstruck soundtrack and just all the good things. And it was just one of those moments that makes you just so grateful for life and like for warm days. And yeah, and it's also a mundane miracle that this coming Sunday is the time change.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah, whenever you're seeing this, the time change will be here, and so that means it'll be getting dark out an hour later. And I think that's going to change my life even more. Like, I'm going to suddenly be more motivated. I'm going to suddenly have more energy and feel like I have so much longer of a day. And I literally can't wait for that.
Catch me doing orders every single day after
exactly.
work.
Okay, but yeah. So we're going to go get some brownies now. Thanks for listening, guys.
See you next week.
Bye.